Beloved child, today I want to talk to you about something that is affecting your life right now, something that many of you may not even realize is happening. The devil is winning in your life if you do not know how to overcome temptation. Imagine being in a battlefield, surrounded by the enemy, with no armor or weapons to defend yourself. Knowledge and my guidance are your armor and weapons, and without them, the enemy gains ground. This message is crucial, and I urge you to stay with me until the very end. What I have to say will change the way you face the challenges in your life, and it will equip you with the power to overcome every temptation the enemy places before you. Do not let the devil continue to gain ground in your life simply because you lack the knowledge you need to fight back. Stay with me, and I will show you how to win this battle. The devil's greatest weapon is deception, and he uses temptation to lure you away from me, to make you doubt my love, and to lead you down a path that brings destruction. He may whisper lies into your heart, like telling you that you are not good enough or that I do not care about you. In 1 Peter 5:8, it says, "Be alert and of sober mind. Your enemy, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion, looking for someone to devour." My child, the enemy is always looking for a way to bring you down, to pull you away from me. He knows your weaknesses, and he will use them to his advantage. But I am here to tell you that you do not have to be afraid, because I have already given you the power to overcome him. Think about the story of Jesus in the wilderness, Matthew 4:11. After fasting for 40 days and 40 nights, Jesus was hungry, and the devil came to tempt him. The enemy tried to take advantage of Jesus' physical weakness, just as he tries to take advantage of your vulnerabilities when you are tired, stressed, or feeling alone. But Jesus resisted each temptation by standing firm in my word. He responded to every lie of the enemy with truth, saying, "It is written." My child, this is how you overcome temptation, by standing on my word, by knowing the truth, and by declaring it in the face of the enemy's lies. When you are tempted, when the enemy whispers lies into your heart, I want you to remember my word. I want you to declare my truth boldly, just as Jesus did, and the enemy will flee from you. I know that temptation can feel overwhelming at times. The enemy knows your weaknesses, and he will use them against you. But I want you to know that you are not alone in this battle. My presence brings you peace, even in moments of struggle. In 1 Corinthians 10:13 it says, "No temptation has overtaken you except what is common to mankind. And God is faithful. He will not let you be tempted beyond what you can bear. But when you are tempted, he will also provide a way out so that you can endure it." My beloved, I will never allow you to face a temptation that is too great for you to overcome. I am always with you, and I will always provide a way out. You just need to look for it, to trust in me, and to take the way that I have provided. Think about the story of Joseph, Genesis 39. Joseph was sold into slavery by his brothers, and he ended up in the house of Potiphar, an Egyptian official. Potiphar's wife tried to tempt Joseph day after day, trying to seduce him, but Joseph refused. He said, "How then could I do such a wicked thing and sin against God?" Imagine the inner struggle Joseph must have faced, the pressure and the fear, but he chose to stay faithful. When she tried to force him, Joseph ran away, leaving his cloak behind. My child, Joseph knew that giving in to temptation would be a sin against me, and he chose to run away. Sometimes the best way to overcome temptation is to flee from it, to remove yourself from the situation, to run towards me and away from the enemy's lies. If you're finding strength in my words, I invite you to subscribe. Let me be a constant presence in your life, reminding you daily of my love, my guidance, and the strength I have given you to overcome temptation. Together, we will walk this journey of faith, and I will never let you walk alone. Another powerful story is the story of David and Bathsheba, 2 Samuel 11. David, a man after my own heart, fell into temptation when he saw Bathsheba bathing. Instead of turning away, he gave in to his desires, and it led to a series of sinful actions that brought pain and destruction. David's heart was heavy with remorse, and the weight of his sin burdened him deeply. My child, David's story is a reminder of how dangerous it is to entertain temptation, to allow it to take root in your heart. When you are faced with temptation, you have a choice. You can either entertain it, allowing it to grow, or you can turn away from it and run to me. David's story shows the consequences of giving in to temptation, but it also shows my mercy and forgiveness. When David repented, I forgave him. No matter how many times you fall, my love and mercy are always available to you if you turn back to me. Temptation is not just about the big things. It is also about the small, everyday choices you make. The enemy is subtle, and he will try to tempt you in ways that seem insignificant. Maybe it's the temptation to speak harshly to someone, to hold on to anger, to lie, or to give in to fear. Perhaps it's choosing not to forgive someone, holding on to resentment instead of letting go. My child, these small temptations are just as dangerous as the big ones because they can lead you away from me, little by little. In James 4:7 it says, "Submit yourselves then to God. Resist the devil and he will flee from you." When you submit to me, when you choose to follow my ways, the enemy has no power over you. He may try to tempt you, but when you resist him, he will flee. Think about the story of Daniel, Daniel 6. Daniel was a man of integrity, a man who followed me wholeheartedly. When the king issued a decree that no one could pray to any god or human except him, Daniel continued to pray to me, just as he always had. Imagine the courage it took for Daniel to defy the king's decree, knowing that it could cost him his life. The enemy tried to use fear to tempt Daniel to stop praying, to compromise his faith, but Daniel refused. He chose to trust in me, even when it meant being thrown into the lion's den. And because of his faithfulness, I protected him. My child, the enemy will try to use fear to tempt you, to make you compromise your faith. But I want you to be like Daniel. I want you to stand firm, to trust in me, to know that I am with you, and that I will protect you. Temptation is a battle that takes place in your mind and in your heart. The enemy will try to plant seeds of doubt, fear, and desire in your mind, hoping that they will take root and grow. Perhaps he whispers that you are unworthy or that you will never be enough. But I want you to guard your heart and your mind. In Philippians 4:8, it says, "Finally, brothers and sisters, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things." My child, I want you to fill your mind with my truth, with my promises, with thoughts that are pure and noble. When you focus on me, when you fill your heart with my love, there is no room for the enemy's lies. Another story that illustrates the power of overcoming temptation is the story of Job. Job was a man who faced incredible trials and temptations. The enemy took everything from him, his wealth, his family, his health, and yet Job refused to curse me. The pain and loss he endured were unimaginable, yet he held on to his faith. He refused to give in to the temptation to doubt my goodness, even when everything around him seemed to be falling apart. My child, there will be times in your life when the enemy tries to use your circumstances to tempt you, to make you doubt my love, to make you question my plan for you. But I want you to remember Job. I want you to remember his faith, his perseverance, and the reward that came from staying faithful. In the end, I restored everything to Job, and I blessed him even more than before. As we come to the end of this message, I want you to take a moment to reflect. Are there areas in your life where the enemy is tempting you? Are there battles you are fighting on your own without my help? My child, I want you to know that you do not have to fight alone. I am with you, and I have given you everything you need to overcome the enemy. Comment below and say, "I will overcome temptation with God's strength." Let your words be a declaration of faith, a statement that you are choosing to trust in me, to rely on my strength, to overcome every temptation the enemy places before you. If this message has touched your heart, if you feel my voice calling you, I invite you to like this video. By liking it, you are not only affirming your faith, but also helping others find this message of hope and strength. Let's spread this message to those who need it, to those who are struggling, to those who feel like giving up. Together, we can be a light in the darkness. My beloved child, the devil is always looking for ways to tempt you, to lead you away from me. But I want you to know that you are not powerless. I have given you my word, my spirit, and my strength to overcome every temptation. You are not alone in this battle. I am with you, and I will never leave you. When you face temptation, remember my promises, stand on my word, and know that the victory is already yours. Together, we will overcome, and you will walk in the freedom and the peace that I have for you.